The Rangers get their preseason off to a rocking start, defeating the Islanders at Madison Square Garden by a score of 4-1. Who stood out to me in that game? Well, let's talk about it right now. Well, welcome back to New York Sports Wickermedia. I am Watts UK99. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video. If you enjoy what you're watching, please take the time to like, subscribe to the channel, share with a friend. I love doing the content for you, and I appreciate you taking your time to watch this video. So, the Rangers defeat the Islanders 4-1 to open their preseason. The score doesn't really matter. What does matter is how the players play, who's helping their chances to make the roster, who's hurting their chances to make the roster. Now, I'm not going to spend time here talking about the Mika Zibanejads, the Chris Kreiders, the players who have, a shoe-in spot on the team. Not even the Keandre Millers, although I got to say, number 79, he was fantastic last night. His game just continues to ascend and ascend. My goodness, is he getting better every single year. But I wanted to talk about three players whose spots aren't necessarily guaranteed and how they stood out to me last night. So number one is Jimmy Vesey, who's coming back to the Rangers, 29 years old. Began his career with the Rangers, then kind of drifted his way around the league to Buffalo, to Vancouver, to New Jersey last year. And he's really had to reinvent his game. He came to the Rangers with a lot of hype quite a few years ago, never really was able to live up to it. And, he's really dealt with a lot of confidence issues in terms of finding his place in the National Hockey League, figuring out where he fits in. I know he's dealt with a lot of mental health issues and that he's had dealt with a lot of self-doubt and things like that. But in the last 2 years, he started to really change his game ever since COVID started to lift. And he began focusing on playing defense, not penalty killing. And last year, he was an excellent penalty killer for the New Jersey Devils. And the Rangers were able to sign him this year to a tryout, paying him the league minimum. Paying somebody the league minimum never offends me for the salary cap. But he played really well last night. And also, he was aggressive with his shots. 6 attempts, 4 on goal, including the first goal of the game. And I got to tell you, the Rangers don't have a lot of roster spots on their team, but there is that spot for that last forward, that spare forward. And the Rangers lost a lot of penalty killers during this offseason. Tyler Mott, Andrew Cobb, players like that. So any extra player they can get who can help kill a penalty, that's going to go a long way with helping their chances to make this roster. So the way Vesey played, he very well may be able to get that spot over a Dryden Hunt or somebody like that. So I want to give credit to Vesey for reinventing his game. Let's see where it goes from here. Number 2 is Zach Jones, who I think has a good chance to win a role as the team's third left-handed defenseman, playing across from Braden Schneider. Had a one-time goal last night from the point, and that puck got through a lot of traffic. Zibanejad was in front of the net. Chris Kreider was in front of the net. 2 Islanders were in front of the net, but the puck still got through Semyon Varlamov. That was the Rangers' 4th goal of the game. Chased Varlamov from the game. And Jones had a pretty good setup to Philip Hedl earlier in the game. Didn't result in a goal, but Jones really did show some confidence. And with Justin Braun gone, with Patrick Nemeth gone, Nils Lundkvist traded away, as we've talked about on the channel before, this could lead for an opportunity for Zach Jones to have a full-time job as a Ranger. Matthew Robertson will also have a chance as well. There might be 1 or 2 other defensemen, but I got to say Jones is probably in the driver's seat as of right now. And number 3, I got to talk about Brennan Othmann. Oh my goodness. This kid made an impression immediately. Now, he may have to go back to the Flint Firebirds of the OHL. I just wanted a chance to say the Flint Firebirds on this video, But at 19 years old, the 15th overall pick from the 2021 draft showed that he is a player to be reckoned with. His first shift of the game, he takes a hard hit from Islander defenseman Alexander Romanov, who I think that was a villain in the first Die Hard movie, if I'm not mistaken. But it resulted in a bloody nose. Not a dirty hit from Romanov by any stretch, but a very hard hit. And, You know what? Othmann came right back. He had the gauze up his nose, and you could see the blood kind of trickling out from his nose. Comes back in, lays out a hit on one of the Islanders' next shift, draws the ire of Islander veteran Scott Mayfield. So right there, he just showed he wasn't going to take any crap, from the Islanders just because he's a kid. But his trademark shift came at the end of the first period. Rangers on the penalty kill. Puck gets loose, going down the Rangers' right wing. He chases the puck down, and he waits for the Islander defender to over-pursue the passing lane, and he times his pass absolutely perfectly to Keandre Miller, who's cutting right in front of the net. Perfect one-timer goal with 4 seconds on the clock. You saw the speed, you saw the skill, you saw the snarl from Brennan Othmann. I don't think he's going to make the roster just yet because, you don't want to bring this kid to the NHL roster and only play him on the fourth line. This kid deserves playing time. So if he needs one more year in the OHL, I'm fine with that. But this is a player who could clearly be a big contributor for the Rangers in the future. Rangers are going to be back in action tonight in Boston. So let's see who plays that night. I'm very glad the game was on NHL Network. It gave me a chance to watch it. I was kind of flipping back and forth between the Ranger game and Giants-Cowboys to the point where I had to not watch Monday Night Raw. So I'll have to watch that later and figure out the latest clue for the White Rabbit song. So looking forward to that. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair. See you later.